Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning up. Check out your boy. I got nothing on, but I got the eye rocking. I'm doing my thing out here in my lab. Well, I do what I do for you. I got a nice little lesson for you today. As usual, I get time to sit and contemplate and put together concepts that I can make a lesson out of. That's what I'm doing. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Put the message in the story for life. I give life lessons that you tune in and receive. I appreciate you. Hope they're working out for you. But you know we got a good thing going. Let's keep it going. Right thing is mission. And that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, give you information, inspire, hopefully get you to do something for yourself, educate you, give you information that you didn't have previously, and motivate you to get up off your rusty dust and do something for yourself. And for a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, my goal is to get you to do your best for you. That's what I do for you. Right thing is a way of life, and it is, when it's done correctly, through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. I want all right thinkers to do just that. Let's go. Know thyself is the whole goal, all right thinkers. So you need to know who you are. So I'm gonna ask you a question. If you don't know, stay tuned. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they even know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not love you. They're simple. Teach them. That's why I do what I do. Give it for you. Appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. I think they know thyself. And to my eye, be true. I'm back on my teaching, thinking, and mind understanding, and philosophically putting stuff together that you can understand. So today's lesson is going to be about right thinkers. Let's talk about use it or lose it. What? Your mind. Okay? That disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, all those are diseases of the brain that once you stop using it, that's what creeps in. Okay? Let's talk about it. I ain't a psychiatrist. I ain't here to give you neurological lessons, but I just want to give you a concept that I come up with after listening to those guys. I do listen. Pay attention. Okay? Let's go. My concept, my view. God gave us conscience, aka free will, or the brain, to do what? For thinking purposes, and to use it to what? Know Him, aka your higher self, are one. Knowing thyself. That's the goal for right thinking philosophy. So everything I'm doing is geared for you to do that. I hear other people talking about self-discovery. Okay, self-discovery, know thyself. But if you claim to be self-discovered and you ain't showing it, you ain't self-discovered. Just like if I claim to know myself and act like I don't, they don't work. Understand that. So that's the difference. Thinking is what we all do to survive. Animals think instinctively. That's the beginning. But he gave us consciousness. Now, thinking, all we do to survive. But right thinking is what we do to what? Become enlightened beings. You need to be able to think, comprehend, and manifest what you learn. Your mind has to connect with the heart. I keep explaining to you heart mind coherence. When your inner you, your heart, and the mind on the same page, folk running together, heart mind coherence, anything is possible. I'm just saying. And your mind has to connect with your heart. Okay? And they both have to do what? Be used 24/7. The heart don't stop, the mind don't stop. Those are two functions in the body that without them, you got pretty much a wrap. So understand that they should work simultaneously. And when you do that, that's when you become enlightened. Why? Because you feel and you think on the same accord. Now you know. I think, watch this, therefore I am. Remember that? Okay, so thinking lets you know that you exist. You're conscious of yourself. My mind is mine. I know, not control me. Not thinking is something I can't even fathom. What you think about? Nothing. No, that's what the brain does. That's calculating, whatever. But that's what it does. It's saying you ain't thinking about nothing. This infuriates me, but I digress. I keep my mind in shape. It's called thinking. It's a 24/7 activity. And by using it every day, all day, I do what I need to do. Keeps me focused, aka God conscious. Doing the right thing requires thinking. Doing the wrong thing don't take much thought. So trust me. And I'm gonna teach you how to control those negative thoughts. They're gonna be there. But once you become a better person and only acting on the good ones, the bad ones will stop coming around. Why? Because you're not acting on them. That's like the devil. He keep coming along, you keep letting him in. But if you don't open that door, he can't come in. That's what right thinking would teach you, how to keep that nonsense and negative concepts out. The ego. Get him under control. All right, here you go. Dementia. Let's talk about that. Where did dementia come from? It's come from really lack of thinking, aka cognitive thinking. When you get to the age where you don't get up and do nothing, you don't got nowhere to go, you got no set agenda. So the mind gets like the muscles. It get mushed, atrophy. It ain't being used. So what the day is, I don't know. But if your cognitive thought process was kept in shape, you will know the day, the hour, who you are. Those are things that keeps the body functioning. As we get older, we seem to drift away. That's called dementia. You can't remember. You just don't exercise the brain so it forgets. That's all. So to keep it in shape is thinking, staying functional. My mom said she went back to work just to stay in contact with the world. I understand just what she meant. So some people need that to keep functioning. And if you give that up, life is over. Why? You got nothing to live for. You ain't even thinking. You ain't even functioning at a level that you just existing. Nobody wants to just exist. So that's the difference. Okay. Dementia, that disease that comes from that. The brain, listen, is a muscle with tissue and everything, and it has to be used in order to be kept in shape. Again, right thinking sharpens what? The mind. Why? Because it gives you something to think about, give you purpose and reason to do what? The right thing. So you have to constantly be on guard, be focused to do what you need to do 24/7. No time off, no day. If the heart cell up, I don't want to beat. You die. Brain, pretty much the same way. Why? Because the function is based on the brain. If the sun decides it ain't gonna shine, we don't exist. So understand certain things are the way they are, and the brain job is to do just that: think, function, and calculate, and hopefully get you to where you want to be, because it's all mental. With daily routine, watch this. This is my point. I like with a daily routine of prayer, mental, you talking to God, higher self. Meditation, again, you communing with God. You're listening. When I'm praying, I'm doing the talking. When I'm meditating, I'm doing the listening. It's a difference. So I do them both. I'm gonna do one after the other. That's just my concept. And then I work out. That's the physical part, mind, body, and soul. So if you're doing those two things, well, I pray, I meditate, you work out. Well, you go to the gym. Well, you're forgetting something. That's part of the equation. So understand that. And watch this. My brain keeps my brain stays busy. Why? Because I'm putting something on it to keep it doing what it does. Thinking, function, calculating. So I study, I learn, I comprehend things, and I teach a perspective that I have to be thinking in order to do that also. So watch this. With age comes experience and wisdom that if you're thinking right, your memory will be sharp as a tack. When you get elderly, and you don't cognitive think and you just seem to drift, when somebody asks you about something that maybe happened in your life prior that you felt good about, maybe they experienced with you a few years, and you don't have a clue. That's because that's dementia sets in. The mind ain't functioning on a level where it can remember. When you see thought, he's the brain, he's your memory. He keeps track. That's his job. So your brain is, they tell you, that's what the brain does. It keeps track. I can go take my memory down memory lane. I can go a good ways back. They say it usually starts around the age of 3. You start remembering stuff like that, 4 years old. I can remember a lot of stuff that I should have been, I was too young to remember, but I remember it because why? Paid attention, locked in, program in me. Wildlusa Avenue, Poplar Street, I can never forget that. I never lived on the streets as a young adult, but as a baby, that's what I raised. That's all I know. So programming, it works. It's all right. So the mind picks up and learns and stays with certain things. If you don't use your brain, you will lose your cognitive thought process, meaning keeping up with what's going on. I still remember good and bad times at my earliest age. Okay, I had as a young child. That's total recall. That's having a good memory. But the older I get, the further I go. And if I'm not zeroing in on it, keeping it prevalent, rolling it around every now and then, taking that roll back there and, reliving it, so to speak. But if you don't do it, it disappears. It's gone. You can't get it back. One thing about the brain, it ain't a tape recorder. No. Once you forget what you know, it ain't coming back. So it's good to keep everything in perspective. Why? Because when it goes like a stroke. When the stroke comes, something's leaving. It's going to take something. So being cognitive all the time is keeping your brain sharp. They say when Einstein died, he's 80-something years old. He had a 20-something-year-old brain. Why? Because he was obviously using it. So that goes to show you. It's proven. All right. When you start using your brain, your cognitive thinking abilities to learn, comprehend information, or even give it out, you're no use. You're no good to nothing. You're just here. So don't let old people do that. Keep them active. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Okay? Anybody take care of an elderly person, you know how that goes. And I tell young people, ask them questions to make them feel involved. That's all. My grandson, that's all he do. Ask questions. I love that. So yeah, they're inquisitive. And you should be there to do that for them. That's what being elders are all about. Grandparents and great grandparents. We're here to help out the youngsters. Here you go. Sorry about that. I'm a little front. Right here. Right thinking, watch this, is brain exercise for your mind to do what? Daily processing to use to survive and live. If you not using your thought process, what are you doing? I tell my right thinkers, use your head for some other than VK your brain for some other than a hat rack. I wear a hat every day or a hoodie. Keep the head covered. Got the dome. Okay? I like to cover my dome because I got something worth covering. So people, no, I ain't going there. All right, here you go. Thinking is brain training. Practice. It needs to be kept in shape by what? Daily use, by doing on this job daily, using it to get done what you need to done on a day-to-day basis. You do it anyway. Should be more focused. That's all. But guess what? Excuse me. If you stop thinking, that means you're going to die. You got to think to breathe. You need thoughts for the subconscious to work. So no thought process, no thinking, no living, conceptually. All right, watch this. Now the heart can't stop either. This is why they can work together. They both have a job that they have to be on 24/7. It would be good to know each other and work together. That would be long life. It gives you long life, understanding, and hopefully a good life. Watch this. The heart leads the brain and vice versa. Again, opposites working together for the common good of the one. The individual that you are, your brain and your heart should work together to make you the best you can be. That's how it's done. That's what I do. Watch this. Thinking is needed to survive. We all have to use it. That's what we got a brain for. Yeah, but right thinking is needed to what? Get you to be or know your higher self. My goal for right thinking philosophy is to get you to raise your conscious level, think right, and understand what you're doing, and be your best self. That's the goal. Okay. Right thinkers use their mind, their brains, when all the time. That's what it's for. Again, if you don't use it, you lose it. Right thinking, watch this, is cognitive thinking at its best when daily. Why? Because paying attention and learning how to live a righteous and fruitful life is done daily. And it takes thinking. Okay? You have to think, yes, but you have to think. But to right think, that's your choice. Again, I'm just giving information that those who choose to use it, that's what it's for. It's your choice, and it's a way of life. You can't say, "Oh, I like that right thing. Let me try that for. Let me see what that's about." And no, it won't work. 100% all in or nothing. Simple. I use the Cain and Abel story. One gave all, one BS. One got mad because the other one got what he deserved, received what he got, what he put out. You reap what you sow. That's God's game, not man's. All right. Watch this. Your brain, and understand this, is the most complicated piece of machinery known to man, not this computer that we created on the premise of our brain. So yeah, it may calculate quicker, instantly, but it ain't better than ours. It don't feel. It can't show compassion. It don't have empathy. It don't have a soul and spirit. So it's just a machine. So if we think you want to be ran like that, get ready, cause the way we going, that's where we headed. I've been telling you that for a while now. I just thought God said, cut the AI. Look, okay, watch this. The AI is the spinoff of what? Our brain. It's not original. It's artificial information. Flavors. We got artificial flavor running in the world now. Why? You want a watermelon? Eat a watermelon. No, you can eat a piece of candy. You can eat, and it tastes like watermelon. It's artificial. So, but get understanding the difference between what is real and what's artificial. You can make it seem like, you can make it taste like, you can make it sound like, but you can't reduplicate us as human beings. Ain't no two of us alike. What that tell you? Use your brain. Think for yourself. Don't rely. I use a computer technology to do my lesson, to get in touch with the people. I understand that, but I don't let this thing think for me. Don't let it think for you. That's right thing philosophy code concept. All right. The AI is artificial intelligence. We have real intelligence. I want to be my own thinking. Okay. You can keep your AI. I want what I want from inside. I don't need your help to teach me how to think. I have my real intelligence. So God is my what's that major part of the computer, that my brain is a God, not man. So understand that. Last one, I'm about to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm trying to get through it. Think. It ain't illegal yet. I'm trying to tell my young people, don't give up the thought. We didn't give up our privacy. Don't give up thinking. That's the last thing we got. That's ours. Black men, it took our numbers racket and turned into lottery. It's been paying off like slot machines. So we gave that up. Don't give up the thought process. Don't become cyborgs. Don't become half machine, half man. Well, I'm gonna keep my consciousness, but I want another body. God gave you that. Deal with it. Moving on. Sorry about that. Gonna get a little touchy right now. The powers that be know that a brain at rest will stay at rest like anything else. You don't use it, you lose it. They want you to rest your thinking process. So it makes it easier to brainwash a brain that's at rest. The powers that be will give you all the AI you want. Young people, don't do it. Like freebase, don't do it. No, don't do it. Bad thing. No, don't do it. It's a bad thing. Uh, Warning, danger, danger. Will Robinson from the Lost in Space, the robot. I'm telling you, it's danger. Don't do it. No. Don't fall for the machinery thinking for you, please. The power that be wants AI where in every household, they really got it. They want more. Why? And it's not going to benefit us to have that. It's going to benefit them. Why? Because they got more control. We done gave up everything. They're already in the household. The powers that be want to do the thinking for you. What that sound like to you, young people? Come on now. Think for yourself. If somebody else is thinking for you, they're controlling you. Sound like slavery to me. And you giving consent to be a slave when they normally they had to be forced into it. Some of us are just walking right on up in there and just yeah, I'm willing participant to let you do what you want to make. Some of us like that. They tell you the master 85% of people is gullible. Get out of that number. Get out of that number. I'm a 5%er. I ain't too thrilled with the 10%ers. Why? Because they're the one who know the truth and will tell you or educate you, enlighten you for a price. I'm a 5%er. I'm just going to enlighten you. That's what I do. Let me finish this up. I'm a human being with the real brain, empathy, compassion that I use and will teach others to do the same. Think. It ain't illegal yet. I got to go. Hope you enjoyed the lesson.